Hey YouTube, how you doing? Kevin here, coming with another video. Oh yeah, who's excited? We are! Yay, Kevin! And the crowd goes wild. Yeah! Anyway, moving on from that. I have got a lot of questions. A lot of questions get asked, and I love questions because you know what it is? It's like a puzzle piece. And my job is to get in there and answer these questions. Okay, both of these mags, you see there's two mags, right? Here we go. There we go. We have mag number 1, mag number 2. Okay, so this mag right here is off of a Kawasaki KE100. This mag is off of a KE100 as well. However, they are early and late models, okay? This is off of a 1970s, and this is off of, you know, from after this one was done, and somewhere in the 70s or 80s to that one. Okay? This one has the spaghetti harness, I call it. It's got all these wires. These are what you would find on your early G5s, your Trail Boss 100s, your KHs, your KCs, your early bikes like your, what do you call it, your MC1s, your 90s, you know, those bikes. And then, of course, you got your ones. One of the pigtails is missing off this one because I cut it off. But you have, there's only two. There's this one here. It has these two wires are together in one plug, which looks exactly like this plug. They're both matching plugs on this end. And then you have this one right here going into your harness. So you got 4 wires versus 5 wires. Now the question I get, okay, Kevin, you're doing all these awesome videos on converting this over to 12 volts, and you're doing an awesome job of converting these things over to CDI. Thank you guys. I appreciate that more than you know. I love feedback, especially positive feedback. Positive feedback powers me to make more videos, okay? Keep that in mind. Alright, so this one used this, a diode, okay? Now a diode, let me tell you a little history about a diode. A diode is a one-way check valve, okay? So if this was a garden hose and hose is coming out of the faucet, it goes to here and then comes out this hose, okay? But they're wires. Picture voltage flowing the same way, okay? This is a valve. This prevents the voltage from going this way. It only allows it to go this way, okay? That's what a diode does. But it does one other thing. As the voltage is coming up here, it changes it. Yes, it does. It changes this from an AC, which is alternating current, that's what these make, to a DC, direct current, which is what a battery is. And it uses this to charge your battery, okay? So the faster you race the engine, the more alternating current comes through here and gets turned into DC current, okay? Keep that in mind. So our KE bikes have this part right here built into something else. See, this is unregulated. This will take in as much voltage as you throw at it and put out as much voltage as possible. With a voltage regulator, this, even though that the voltage is higher, you know, at high RPMs, this keeps it level, okay? This job right here is so say the voltage spikes up to like 9 volts. This is going to keep it down at the 6, okay? You follow me? Where this right here, you're going to headlights at some serious brightness. You're going to be like, what? And when the bike is at idle, the lights are going to be dim. This right here attempts to keep them at the same brightness the whole entire time. Okay? And it's a lot easier because the KE100s have a little plug right here, and that the regulator hooks into, like that. And then you have your wire for your battery, your wire for your ignition system, and your headlight. Okay? So basically, those extra wires are coming out of your regulator, as opposed to the early style, they're coming out of the harness. You follow what I'm saying? So, I want to break this down for you by color wires. Okay? Your green wire, right here, is for your green light on your dashboard for your neutral light. Okay? That lets you know that the bike is in neutral when you shift into the gear neutral. This black wire, right here, that one is on its own coil for your spark. Okay, that's for your points. Your points and condenser and that coil are nowhere connected to these two coils. These two coils are just for charging the battery and your headlight. Okay? Now, you got these, a pink wire, a yellow wire, and a sky blue wire. Okay? Not to be confused with blue. They consider this blue, dark, and then the sky blue. Okay? Okay. So the pink wire, right here I wrote down, the pink wire on this one goes to your rectifier. So the wire color changes, okay? The wire that's on your rectifier does not match this wire, but this plugs into the harness. It goes through your ignition switch and comes out into a different color wire, blue. Okay. Then it goes into a white wire, which goes up to your battery. Okay? That's how that works. The sky blue wire, right here, that blue wire goes up to your ignition switch. Okay? Or brown wire on a KE100. Okay? That starts the field. The yellow wire, although it looks like the ones that are on the other bike, are a little different. This one runs your headlight, okay, and your brake light. Now, the reason why they did this is because this carries the most current. It's directly off the alternator, and it gives the headlight, because that requires the most power to run. So it's got its own wire. This goes to your headlight. Okay? Now, the question was, can I put a KE stator, generator, alternator, magneto, alternator, I think I covered them all the different names for this, into one of these other bikes? Yeah. Why not? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely can. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to get the two simple wires right directly out of the way. Both the KE late ones and the KE early ones have two common wires. The green wire, neutral safety light. Black wire goes up to your ignition. Same thing with this. Green wire, neutral safety light. Black wire, ignition. Okay? Now comes the fun part. Now you're like, okay, now what happens? Well, now you got to take this off your bike because this just doesn't need it anymore. You're not going to use it. You got to find a voltage regulator. Okay? Let's see, here we go. Voltage regulator. So, what you're going to do, okay, is you're going to plug your yellow wire into your regulator, but we're not going to do it right now. The white wire goes up to your battery. Boop. Oh, I got the wrong regulator. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Got the right one. Okay. I had a different regulator from something totally different. But they look so close. Okay. So the white wire with this is the one you need right here. Okay, it's got a brown wire and a black with yellow. And it's got the whatchamacallit there? Regulator wire. So this is going to plug into your main harness and it leaves you with the 3 wires. Coincidentally, these are going to plug in to your frame wires. Okay, so where are they going, you might ask? This wire here is going up to your battery. The white with the red stripe. Okay. I got it written down right here. The brown wire is going to your ignition. So you're not going to have this pigtail with all these wires. These are gone now. Okay. So where your blue wire went, that is now going to be your brown wire. Okay, it's going to now be your brown wire. The brown wire, this brown wire is going to plug into your harness. You're going to have to change the end of it, but it's going to plug into your harness. Then, you're going to have your pink wire. Okay, the pink wire went up to your regulator, your rectifier. Well, you're not going to have that no more. That wire is no longer. So, you're going to have to use the end of it, put it on here, because now you got to go from your battery back to your frame on your pink wire. Okay? So the white and the red these two get connected together. One goes to the battery, one goes to the frame. See how they got 2 plugs? Oh yeah, look at that. So basically how it works, okay, is that little regulator there I showed you, the rectifier, has the blue wire going into it, like that, and then on your frame harness goes into here. So you're just going to attach, you're going to cut this off, plug it back into where it goes, and put your battery on the other end of it. That's simple. Then, you got your headlight switch, which is the yellow. Well, guess what? That goes up to your black and yellow. See how that is? But you have to change the ends on them because this is now an output where it was an input. And that is really all you got to do. You just have to know which color wires to match. So, on this one, green, neutral safety. Black, ignition. Pink is your voltage regulator, which is going to be this wire right here. Okay? On your harness. You're not going to have it on your regulator. Then, you got your yellow. Your yellow is your headlight switch, which is now your black and yellow. Okay? So, they have the common yellow. So, we can just keep those two common. Those are common yellow. And then the sky blue to the brown. That's it. That's all there is to it. And of course, you got to find a place to mount this because these mount to the back side of your battery box, and they will not have that on your bike. So you have to find a place to screw this down and make it a good spot because you need a ground. And that is it. So if you're going to convert your bike over to one of my CDI ignitions, in fact, over the summer, I don't have any bikes to do this on, but that are like that. But I'm going to see if I can find one, and I'm going to do a, because I might have one in the storage. I'm going to see if I can dig one out, and I'm going to do an actual video on showing you, demonstrating it. But for all intents and purposes, if you watch the video, slow it down, use it as a reference. There's a lot of information here, and it's kind of quirky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up. Hopefully you can read my writing. It's kind of sloppy, but I'm going to put this up in front of you so you can read it. Over here, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Before I do that, I'm going to pause you for a second, and I'll write on the same one thing. Okay, so I did it this way. I'm going to put this down like this so you guys can see it. Okay, so right here what I got, I'm going to go over this with you. This is the older wiring harness. This is off the magneto. This is the magneto, I'm calling it. Okay? Some of you guys call it generators, some call it alternators, some call it stator, some call it a magneto. Okay? Wherever you're from, I just covered you. Okay, so this is the older bike. This is the wiring harness. Yellow wire, headlight switch. Pink wire goes to rectifier. White wire to battery. Okay, which that's the white wire right there to the battery. Of course, it goes through the whole harness, but we're changing that up. And then the blue wire is, what do you call it, to your ignition switch. I gotta change that to ignition switch. That turns it on and off, okay? So I put on the ignition switch. Not the coil. Not the ignition coil. The ignition switch. You gotta remember that. Okay. Then you got your black and yellow are going to be mated up with your yellow wire for your headlight switch. Okay. And then your pink wire that was coming off, that's on your harness. This is on your harness, I'm going to show you that in a minute. On your harness, that goes up to your white wire. That's on your voltage regulator. Okay, the yellow wire, the white wire with the red stripe. Then you get your brown wire, which goes to your blue wire. So, where your blue wire would plug in, now you're going to modify the wiring and plug in a brown wire. Okay? So now we're going to go outside for a minute. I'm going to show you something. Okay, so now we're working on this, this is the parts bike I just picked up. Okay, so up here's where your battery box would be. This one's ripped out. And then you got your two wires going up to your regulator. Right there. You see how one's a brown wire with a white stripe. Not to be confused with the solid brown wire. They are different. Okay, the wire harness comes up underneath here into right here into this box. Right here. So you're going to have to take your tank off. Slide this back and there's all your wires exposed. Okay. And then you get your green wire, which is, that's right, neutral safety switch. Black wire. Hold on, let's see if I can pull this back a little bit more. I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay, couldn't get it back far enough. Your yellow wire. Your pink and your blue, right there. Your black wire is right next to it. Black wire with the white stripe. Oh, where are you? Here you go. Black wire with the white stripe. I got my thumb on it right now. That right there is your ignition coil wire. So then you're going to have to make a little bit of a harness. Extend these wires back up to over here because you're going to need to mount your regulator up where your battery is. And that's where you're going to do it all. Now right here, I wanted to show you. See how, remember I was telling you the wires go into different colors? Right here, the white wire goes into the brown and white. And then this part of the brown wire goes to the white wire on the voltage regulator. So it's kind of a backwards twisted mess. You really have to, get into the electrical a little bit on these older bikes. But I'm going to see if I can come up with a way of simplifying that. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to do so. Your brown and your blue wire that come up that I just showed you are actually your brake light wires. So, no, actually no, they're right here. Your brake light wires are right here. Okay, so yep. Yeah, so your voltage regulator, your rectifier is these ones. These two right here. Which screws right here. And then, yeah, that's right. So, you're not going to be using those two wires. Even though they go into the harness, they're going to be obsolete. Because you're going to tap in right here. So it's kind of one of those things that's kind of a pain in the neck. Because you're modifying an electrical harness to do something different. You're going to go from non-regulated to regulated. Okay? This is non-regulated right here. So this blue wire goes up to this one right here. With the white stripe. And then this white wire is going to go onto here. And then the battery's going to plug into that side of it. So, see how you're using two different color wires? That's the part that gets people confused. Because they're like, what wire goes where? And then it's here, it's looped here again. You follow what I'm saying? So it kind of throws you off, and I can understand why you guys would be like, "Oh my God, this is getting crazy." But if you do what I said, I'm gonna make a video and show you guys exactly how to do it and how everything is gonna work. I might even be able to do the video in reverse and do it on a KE backwards. But anyway, you know, we'll go from there. We'll figure it out. So the stuff is all set. This is just, make sure you read these. The black and yellow wire on the regulator. This is on the voltage regulator. And then this is the older harness. So this goes from that voltage regulator, square box I showed you, to these wires. Not the magneto. The magneto, you take it off the bike, you're going to put the new magneto on. So you're going to have 2 yellow wires, which are going to go up to the regulator box. And then you're going to have your black and your black and your green. Those are going to go directly to here. Your green and your black. Okay, so that's going to give you your neutral light, and it's going to give you your ignition. So your bike is going to run and start. Now for the charging part of it, coming off the regulator, see, off the regulator is a brown, a white with a red stripe, I should say. Come on, Bugs, yeah. With red, okay, and then the black and the yellow. Black and yellow go to yellow. So you're going to take that black and yellow wire that's on your regulator, and you're going to go right up to the yellow wire right here. Boom. Tap it right in there. Then you're going to take your brown wire, and that's going to go up to your blue wire. So your brown wire is going to be connected to this blue wire right here. That's how I'm doing it for you guys. I'm just going to physically do it. And then you got your brown wire, which is going to go to your blue. So your brown wire off your regulator is going to go to your blue. Where is it? Right here. Your pink wire on your, there is no pink wire. So when it comes off your regulator, the white wire, that white wire is going to go to this pink wire. Right there. That's going to be a positive. Then your yellow wire is going to, well, your black and yellow wire off your regulator is going to go to your yellow wire. Right here. Boom. So all 3 of those, you're going to have to take 3 wires and take them from here, go underneath the seat, and hook them up to that regulator. That's all there is to it. 3 wires. Boom. Green, neutral safety, black, positive, yellow, headlight, pink, regulator, which is the white wire. And then you got your blue wire, which goes up to your ignition switch. Okay, which is on your regulator, which goes up to your brown on your regulator. That's it. So when you hear the word blue wire, you're thinking brown. When you hear pink, you're thinking white with red stripe. When you hear yellow, you're thinking black with yellow stripe. That's it. And you're going to take those wires from your regulator, the 3, you're going to bring them onto your frame and mismatch them to these wires right here. So real quick, one more time. Green, neutral safety. Black, ignition. Yellow, headlight. Pink, voltage regulator, white wire. Blue, ignition switch, brown wire. That's it. 3 wires. The black and the green, those will connect directly to your magneto down there. The wire that's on your neutral safety switch is going to come up from that. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So if you guys have any questions or comments, by all means, please send them my way. You have just converted from an old school bike to a new school charging system. And then you can take that same technology I just blessed you with, and guess what you can do with it? You can take that, and now you can watch my KE 102 or my KE conversion on the CDI or 12 volt. So that's what you can do with this video. You can take this video, apply it to your bike, take this video, convert your old bike. You can convert your old bike to a 12 volt or a CDI. Don't forget to change your headlights, because if you don't change your headlight, and you don't change your directionals, you'll blow them all out. So, and if you guys have any questions on headlights, I have a modification video showing how to use a Yamaha Virago light, which I'll show you on my bike. You can use a Yamaha Virago headlight on a KE100. Now, the older ones had a smaller bezel, a smaller headlight, but you can change out the housing. So I'm going to show you mine. I'm going over to my bike right now. I got stuff everywhere, so don't mind me. This is my Yamaha Virago 1100. You guys have seen it before. Got this cool little headlight right here in the middle. That's what your headlight will look like right there. You can put that on there and have a really bright halogen headlight. You can even put an LED headlight in that, which is what I'm going to do. I'm changing that over to LED. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, by all means, please send them my way. I hope this video helps you out with your conversion, and I'm always around for technical support. So, thanks for watching.